All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into the single most powerful technology that's reshaping our world right now. We're talking about the AI revolution. So let me ask you something. If you had to pick just one tech trend, the one that's really defining our world right this second, what would you say it is? Yeah, the answer is getting clearer pretty much every single day. Without a doubt, it's artificial intelligence. And look, this isn't some far off sci fi movie stuff. The first thing you've got to understand is that AI is already here. I mean, it's woven into our daily lives right now. I mean, you see it everywhere, right? You've got those chat GPT-like tools that can whip up an email or even a poem for you, or those mind-blowing images that pop up from just a few words. But honestly, that's just scratching the surface. It goes way deeper. AI is already at work in hospitals analyzing scans, in our banks sniffing out fraud, even in schools changing the way we learn. It's kind of become the quiet engine running in the background of our modern world. So what makes all this possible on such a massive scale? Well, it's something called cloud computing. You can think of it as the invisible backbone holding up all of modern tech. See, instead of needing a giant supercomputer in your garage, the cloud gives pretty much anyone access to mind-boggling computing power. It's the platform that really opened the floodgates and gave everyone the juice needed to build and run this complex AI. Okay, so if the cloud is the engine, then what's the fuel? It's data. AI systems are trained on just massive, and when I say massive, I mean unimaginably huge amounts of data. Without it, all these powerful models are basically just expensive paperweights. It's no wonder data has become one of the most valuable resources on the entire planet. All right, so we've established AI is here, it's powerful. But what does that actually mean for our jobs, for our creative lives? Well, the way to think about it isn't AI versus us. It's AI with us. It's a partnership. And that, of course, leads us right to the big one, the million-dollar question that's on everybody's mind, and for good reason. Is AI going to take my job? Well, the answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's complicated. On one side, yeah, for sure, AI is going to automate a ton of repetitive tasks. You know, all that time you spend writing the same weekly report or sorting through a mountain of emails, AI is perfect for that stuff. But on the other side, think about it. When the internet came along, nobody could have imagined a job like social media manager. It's the same thing here. AI is creating entirely new jobs. We're going to need people who specialize in AI ethics, people to train these massive models, and people who can manage how we work together with these new tools. Okay, but what about the creative stuff? Art, writing, music, is that all in danger? I absolutely love this quote because it gives us some much-needed perspective. Think about it. When the camera was invented, painters totally freaked out. They thought, that's it, we're done for. But it wasn't the end. Actually, it freed them up to create whole new movements like Impressionism and Cubism. And that's exactly what we're seeing with AI. It's not a replacement for artists. It's a new tool, a collaborator that can expand what's even possible. So if you're a coder, are you out of a job? No way. Not at all. But the job is changing for sure. Yeah, an AI can spit out a bunch of code, but you still need a human to provide the big picture vision, the logic, the architecture. The job is shifting from, typing out every single line of code to guiding a really powerful AI partner. And in that new world, those core human skills like problem solving and critical thinking, they become more valuable than ever. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. We've been talking about our jobs, but the impact here is so much bigger. AI isn't just changing how we work, it's getting ready to rewrite the rules for our entire society. Just take healthcare, for example. The impact here is just staggering. We're talking about AI systems that can analyze medical scans with superhuman accuracy. That means faster diagnoses. It means treatment plans that are customized just for you. It's even speeding up the search for new medicines by predicting which ones might actually work. It's a total game changer. And then there's education, which is about to go through its own massive transformation. Just picture this. What if every single student had their own personal AI tutor? A kid struggling with algebra, the AI can explain it 10 different ways until that light bulb moment happens. This kind of one-on-one, custom-fit learning could completely flip how we teach and how we learn. Okay, so with all this incredible potential, there's also a huge responsibility. We have to start asking the hard questions. This technology is just so powerful, and we have to be really, really thoughtful about how we build it and how we let it out into the world. On one hand, you've got this immense promise, right? The potential for AI to help us solve humanity's biggest problems, like climate change or curing diseases. But then you have the other side of the coin, the peril. And the most important thing to get here is that this isn't about some evil AI taking over, it's about how people decide to use it. When you think about misuse, like mass surveillance, deepfakes, or autonomous weapons, that's a very real threat, and it's something we have to get ahead of with some smart, careful rules. This whole conversation usually ends up at AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. That's the sci-fi idea of an AI that can think and reason just like a person, across any topic. Now, the experts are all over the place debating if we'll ever get there or when, but honestly, here's the key thing to remember. We don't need to wait for AGI. The AI we have right now is already more than powerful enough to change everything. So, after all that, what does this mean for you? How do you actually get ready for a future that's going to be so wrapped up in this tech? All right, think of this as your personal GPS for the age of AI. First turn, stay curious. You just have to. This stuff is moving so fast that you've got to be a lifelong learner. It's not optional anymore. Next, double down on your core human skills. Problem solving, creativity, critical thinking. That's the stuff AI can't just replicate. And finally, and this is a big one, don't be afraid of it. The whole game is not to compete against AI, it's to figure out how to work with it. So here's where I want to leave you. AI getting smarter and smarter. That feels inevitable at this point. The destination seems pretty clear. The real question, the one we all have to answer, is how are we going to choose to navigate the journey there?